If you want to find some examples of crimes against menswear, summer is the season to find them. As I addressed in a recent video, men seem to completely throw in the towel when it comes to any attempt of style or effort in their presentation as soon as the sunshine comes out. But for a gentleman, summer can be his most stylish season. And in this video, I'm going to help you unlock that. I've got 8 steps for you to find your summer style and dress like a gentleman in the warm weather. Hello, my name is James, and I'm on a mission to create a generation of gentlemen. The biggest cheat code to dress well in the summer is to find your fabrics. Most men make the mistake of wearing polyester and cotton all year round. But the summer is a unique season, and therefore it requires special fabrics. Luckily, there are fabrics that help keep the body cool, and they can be found in nature. I'm talking about linen, I'm talking about seersucker, Egyptian cotton, and even tropical wool. I recommend building a summer wardrobe based around linen shirts in solid colors and stripes, jackets and trousers made of seersucker, such as the jacket that I'm wearing today, and suiting in blends of linen, cotton, and even tropical wool. That's right, wools are not all made equal. Some of them are thick and heavy for the winter, some of them are light and breathable for the summer. And personally, I just love seersucker. To me, this always brings to mind the archetype of the southern gentleman, and I love that you will find it in many different colors. Which brings me on to the next point. A gentleman should embrace the opportunity to wear color during the summer. So many men stick to neutral shades of navy and black, which are safe, but really do nothing for them. Depending on your skin tone, you might actually look best in shades of light blue, in pink, in yellow, in light gray, in turquoise, in dark green, etc. The truth is, so many men are afraid to step outside of their comfort zone and just try something. Personally, I find that with my complexion and my features, the pastel tones, the light blues, the pinks, the yellows, they really work for me. It might not work for you, but it's certainly worth trying it out. If there's any time to be bold and adventurous, it's certainly summer. And those fabrics, such as linen and seersucker, have a natural texture to them, which helps carry color really, really well, especially compared to a synthetic fabric. When you think of summer, you might immediately go for the short-sleeved shirt. But the truth is, very few men actually look good in short sleeves. You have to do a lot of bicep curls before you can pull this kind of look off. So for most men, and admittedly myself included, it's often better to wear a long-sleeved shirt, but then simply roll up the sleeves. This maintains better upper body proportions for a man, and in my opinion, it actually looks much more elegant anyway. And that way you can throw on a jacket as I'm wearing right now. You'll still have some sleeves showing, and if I were to choose to take this jacket off, I can simply roll up the sleeves and have a different look altogether. Over the summer, I would also recommend wearing an open collar. I love ties as much as any man, but personally I prefer to wear them more in the winter. If I am going to wear a tie in the summer, I'll look for something textured, like a knitted tie, or some kind of linen blend. Having said that, you can experiment with different collar types during the summer. Obviously, you have the typical classic button-down collar, you have a spread collar, but think also about a Cuban collar, also known as a camp collar shirt. This has its origins in Cuba with a Guayabera shirt, or you could simply wear a polo shirt, maybe even a buttonless polo shirt. This is something that you can wear with a jacket. Looks great if you're going to a business networking event or on a date. You could even go full Miami Vice and wear a t-shirt or even a vest underneath your suit, although personally, I wouldn't recommend this for the majority of men. Certainly a look that takes some confidence to pull off. Now, talking of things that are difficult to pull off, I think many men are afraid to wear white trousers. Yes, it is attention-grabbing. Yes, it's eye-catching. However, it's summer. If you're not going to wear white trousers now, you never will. So I think that between the times of Easter/Memorial Day up to Labor Day, it's a great opportunity to wear a pair of white chinos, white linen pants, maybe even some white jeans. There's something very elegant and nonchalant about white trousers which I personally love, and they look great with so many different shirts and jackets, whether you want to do an all-white look for a white party perhaps, maybe you want to throw on a navy jacket and create some contrast, or wear something like the jacket I have on right now, which is a blue and white striped seersucker. Wearing white pants can be a slightly scary existence. You always have to look where you're sitting. Make sure you have a napkin on your lap. If you're a cigar smoker, make sure you don't ash on yourself. And they are something that you typically have to get dry cleaned after a couple of wears. I hope this video might give some men the confidence to go out and buy their first pair of white trousers. I'm sure you will like the feeling of confidence that you get. We can all agree that summer is not the season for those black Oxford shoes, for those lace-up boots. Typically, loafers are the dress shoe of summer, but I would argue that a pair of leather loafers is not always the most comfortable in the heat. And personally, I am not a fan of those invisible no-show socks. I find that they just strangle the circulation in your feet and make it more uncomfortable and warm than if you were wearing no socks at all. But what I do enjoy is a pair of suede loafers, such as this pair in blue suede that I've had for a number of years now, and they are from Hawes & Curtis. I've had to get the suede redone once or twice, but these are my go-to summer shoe because I find them not only incredibly versatile, they go with many, many pairs of trousers, but also they're very comfortable and lightweight. I can slip them on, wear them with a pair of white linen trousers, and they are perfect for both daytime and evening. So maybe right now you have a pair of leather loafers in your rotation. In time for summer, I would check out a pair of suede loafers, break them in a couple of times with a pair of socks before you try and do the no sock look. And for some people that will say if you wear your shoes without socks, they will begin to smell. That might be true for some people. Honestly, that really depends if you have naturally smelly feet. Summer is a great time to accessorize in a different way to how you would during the rest of the year. Instead of always wearing that same brown or black leather belt that you do all year round, you could try something like a braided leather, like this one here. You could be more adventurous. Maybe if you're wearing your white trousers, I like to wear this braided cotton white belt. Or you could go for something more preppy, such as a D-ring belt. This one is in suede. Something that might be a bit more divisive, but I would say is worth considering, would be wearing maybe one or two bracelets on the opposite wrist to where you wear your watch. Now, personally, I have a tiger's eye bracelet and I have a braided leather bracelet that I enjoy wearing. I just bought these from some local makers here in Austin. It's definitely more for a casual look, but it's something that I enjoy, and frankly, I seem to get a lot of compliments from women on, so I have no objections to that. And even with your watch, you might enjoy replacing, for example, the metal bracelet with a NATO strap. That's exactly what Sean Connery did with his famous Submariner. Now, I'm not one to sit here and say that a gentleman should never wear shorts. I think it's a perfectly acceptable part of a modern man's summer wardrobe, especially in the daytime. But you have to understand a couple of basic rules surrounding shorts. The most important one is the length. The hem of your shorts should never fall below the knee. You want to look for an inseam of 7 or 9 inches, maybe even 5 inches for your swimwear, for your poolside shorts. But never go below the knee. It's simply not flattering for any man. It will make your legs look shorter and skinnier at the same time. I'd also recommend keeping the shorts strictly for daytime. There's an inherent formality that comes into play once the sun comes down, so always wear trousers in the evening, going to the bar, going to the restaurant. That's a much better look. The finishing touch, quite literally, to dress like a gentleman in the summer is to wear a summer fragrance. The fragrances that a man should wear in summer are definitely different from the fragrances worn in the winter. Typically, they will be fresher, they may be aquatic, they may be citrusy, maybe even slightly floral. A couple of fragrances that I personally enjoy wearing during the summer are Creed Aventus and Jockey Club, which is from one of our brand partners, Caswell Massey. Some other classics that you might want to check out include Cool Water by Davidoff. This is a great affordable option. Or the timeless Aqua di Parma Colonia, actually created as more of a unisex fragrance, but enjoyed by gentlemen throughout the years, such as Cary Grant, David Niven, and even Frank Sinatra. Gentlemen, let us know in the comments what is one tip that you would share with your fellow viewers to dress like a gentleman this summer. And remember, if you enjoy the lifestyle, the philosophy that we talk about on this channel, and you would like to join a network of like-minded, modern gentlemen with connections and events happening all over the world, then please do check out the link in the description to explore our private members club. We have a limited number of places left at this founding member rate, so if you've been on the fence or you've been thinking about it, it's definitely time to take a closer look. I hope to welcome you inside, and either way, I will see you in the next video.